Do I sit here?
Yeah, you sick.
Do I read off my computer?
Just go. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got intro?
Don't. Ooh, may God pray bless you all. May God
Tell them
bless.
who you are. Tell them your stage name.
My name is Mammoth, and I will be presenting myself for this day.
Tell them about the say the show, what the show name is.
Three. Welcome to Economic Radio Media. Welcome to Economic Media Radio, where we talk about food, everyday life, sports, and thought-provoking subjects.
Okay, what are your first topic?
But I also talk about computer. First off, I'll be talking about grapes. Grapes are magnificent fruit. Don't give them to dogs or cats as they are toxic to them. Grapes are also used to produce wine. Mediterranean such as Greece, Italy, Algeria, Israel, and many others produce grape wine. Second is mango. Mango is related to the poison ivy family, which includes pistachios and, of course, poison ivy itself. Mangoes originate from India, and they are known for their sweet and sour taste, along with their fibrous texture. Despite the taste, their leaves are toxic to humans and shall be approached with high caution. Otherwise, they can be enjoyed like all the other fruits. India is the number one state that country that produces such fruit. Third is orange. Oranges are hybrids between the pomelo and the sweet mandarin orange. They originate from China and have been known to be quite popular there, with Brazil producing the most amount of oranges as of this year. In fact, the majority of citrus fruits we often eat are hybrids of many other fruits of the citrus family. Although do be warned that you should not give them to pigs as they are quite high in vitamin C. Fourth, plum. Plum members of the rose family, and they are related to apples, peaches, strawberries, and of course roses. Despite the despite having the different texture compared to apples, they are members of the rose family, in particular due to their color scheme. You know what I mean? Their pattern scheme. The number five is the apricot. Well, apricots are similar to peaches. They are often used to be dried and often popular in several Eastern European countries, specifically in the Caucasian regions. They are all members of the rose family. Number five is apricot. Six is grapefruit. Grapefruits are also similar to oranges and are members of the citrus family. But their main difference is that oranges are often oranges are often relate Oranges are often sweeter than grapefruits, and most of the grapefruit tea that comes with them are often sweetened, hindering the healthiness of the original grapefruit itself.
Oh yeah. What is your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit is orange. They are tasty.
Okay.
What's your favorite fruit, Javante?
Um. Um. I like. Uh, I like a lot of different. Uh, Oranges is definitely up there. I'm just gonna say fruits and vegetables. Grapes, apples. I like things like that. Uh,
I'll continue. Number
I.
s-
Yeah. Call me Vontae though. Vontae on the line. Vontae. What up?
I am Muslim. Number 7, avocado. Avocados were originally lacking in the flesh they were known for and were often eaten whole by ground sloths. They are found in Mexico but have since spread outwards toward the world, specifically in the tropical regions. The custard apple. Despite custard apple bearing the name of the Despite the custard apple being the name of the apple itself, they are members of the Anoa family and native to the Central Americas, which is the different from the apple, originally from Kazakhstan. Number 9, guava. Guavas are known for their pink texture, although they can be in other colors as well, such as yellow. And I'm not just talking about their skin, I'm also talking about their flesh in particular, although they can vary depending on their taste. Number 10, pumpkin. Pumpkins are members of the gourd family, and they are often known for their high quality taste. Historically, they are on the verge of extinction due to their original predators dying out, and the fact that the mammoths could not live due to overhunting. So the humans decide to take care of them and cultivate them for their own need. They originate from Central and the United States of America. They are also members of the squash family. In fact, gourd family. Number 11 is a tomato. Although it might seem like the tomato originates from Italy, they actually originate from the South American Andes region. Do keep in mind that historically, nightshades were deemed harmful to eat due to their deeds of poison. Tomatoes in general are known for their redness, and they are also quite nutritious to eat, although it is best recommended that they are eaten red and ripe. They are also known for the lack of sugar in particular. Number 2, 12, the cucumber. They originate from India and are known for their high water content, making them favorable for many cuisines and dishes, along with nourishment in particular. Cucumbers are cucumbers are not ripe when they're green. In fact, they're actually ripe when they are yellow. And some cucumbers even have skin, quite similar to the cantaloupe. While they can be eaten raw when yellow, they are often bitter and are much preferred eaten as green. It is rare to find a fully grown seed in a green cucumber compared to a yellow one. The lychee. The lychee fruit is a rare fruit in the United States, but they are popular in the Caribbean regions. While large lychees are popular in the Caribbean, the reason they are banned is because their seeds are especially toxic and must be avoided with caution. They are re- they are native to the Asian area, and it even dates back to southern China, Malaysia, and North Vietnam. Of course, they are still banned in the United States. Number 13, the coffee fruit. The coffee bean is much more popular than the coffee bean or berry pit, for that matter, is much more popular than the coffee fruit itself.
Continue.
I'm like, okay, I know, I'm continuing. They are not known for their high caffeine. They are they're strictly eaten. Otherwise, they're strictly eaten as a rarity, and not many people are aware of how the coffee fruit itself tastes. They are sweet though. Number 15, the cashew apple. The cashew apple is the fruit of the cashew tree. And many, despite being called a cashew apple, its texture is more similar to that of a mango. Of course, cashew nuts are more popular than the cashew fruit itself. And the reason for that is because cashew apples are much more perishable than the nut itself. So they are often turned into alcoholic beverages and given to the cows as cow feed so that they can eat it. Number 16, corn. Corn is a noticeable grain crop that originates from Mexico. Back then, it started as a small seed which is rock hard and not suitable for human consumption. But as humans in Mexico cultivated the fruit itself, the corn grain slowly became big enough for many natives of the area to eat it. Not only did Mexico have corn, the Native Americans of the United States of America and all the way south of South America also consumed it. And due to the versatility, many favored it. Number 17, rhubarb. Rhubarb is Rhubarb is a fleshy edible vegetable that is known for its sweetness. And despite being consumed as a fruit in many ways. It is technically a vegetable, but they are often cooked with sugar because it's often associated with desserts. They are native to China, however, and and thanks to the Silk Road trade, they were able to consume it and eat the rhubarb for their own needs. Radicchio. Radicchio is similar to the lettuce, but despite this, it is known for its purple coloration and is more bitter than the cabbage we're used to. In some cases, it can be even eaten as a form of coffee, which is not which is not well known for those of the mustard family in particular. Number 19, cabbage. The cabbage is it's a popular vegetable that is grown all around the world, whether it would be the ice cabbages or the summer cabbages. They can vary in texture, and the romaine let and the cabbage is always shown as a ball and can be used in many dishes that allow it. His, while cabbages are nutritious, it is not recommended that you give any cabbages to cows because they are responsible for a lot of because they can produce a lot of methane once they eat the cabbages, which can have consequences for both the cow and the people. Number 20, the potato. The potato is a form of vegetable from the potato is a form of vegetable from Peru, and as many Incas would often grow the crop in various areas as a food source because they did not have access or the luxury of rich of the more richer areas. They would often grow in the cold areas, the dry areas, the the regular areas, and a variety of areas. This would have a huge advantage as when the Europeans got the potato, they spread it all around the world, causing the population to grow with the same food supply. In fact, the Irish multiplied by 8 times thanks to the potato spud. However, however, the potatoes in general are with a niche and are not recommended for everyday consumption as they do not have every kind of nutrient needed for humanity. They also produce more food in every square mile than rice in particular. Number 21, the yam. The yam is a type of potato that a yam is related to just
I
just
think
but
I say my next topic, but yeah, continue, continue.
my next topic is about yams. They are vegetables which are members of the Dioscorea family. They are related to lilies and grasses, and many West Africans often eat them. The same goes for many tropical regions around the world, such as Central America, Papua New Guinea, Southeast Asia, East Africa, and, and Central South America. But the tuber in particular is difficult to peel unless it's cooked.
Continue.
Hmm. Yams are yams are native to Africa, but they have been spread around tropical areas in order to help with the food shortages and in need for a steady food supply. Number Next topic is the taro root. The taro root is a root vegetable, and it is often consumed by people from Africa, the Oceanic area, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and South Asian cultures. You would think that it would be more widespread, but this time is more niche. The taro fruit is the taro fruit. No, I mean the taro root is a staple in many Polynesian and Melanesian cultures. And many Filipinos often eat the taro root and make desserts related to taro. In fact, the taro root can even be used for frying to make it crispy, along with being similar to a potato, although it's more different than potato. Topic 23 is the cassava. The cassava can produce numerous amounts of fruit, roots per square kilometer. But keep in mind that since they are toxic, they must be detoxified before they are ready to be eaten. When they are ready to be eaten, however, they can be fried and used as food for many types of dishes, such as fries, boiled, and as a staple dish in particular. In fact, cassavas are one of the primary crops that population of Africa dramatically thanks due to their versatility and high quality food. They are also grown frequently in Indonesia, where they are processed as cassava noodles and other kinds of dishes. They originate from Central and South America, when the Brazilian native Number 24, the onion. Onion native to West Asia, and they're being quite healthy in particular, although they are high in sulfur and must not be given to any cat, or dog because it is toxic to them.
Yes, he showed me.
You can also feed it to cows, but do keep in mind that it is able to change the flavor of the milk and may make it feel more different due to the sulfur content. After all, cows do metabolize milk when eating food. Well, mainly the females, though. Onions can be used as a form of spice and as a form of vegetable in many dishes, whether it be European, African, Asian, Australian, American, or South American. Onions are also the next topic of 25 is the garlic. Garlic are similar to excuse me. Onions are some garlic is similar to onions in terms of its usage as a spice, but they are different in particular. Why? Because garlics don't grow as large as onions, and they're strictly used as spice compared to the onion, which can also be used as a vegetable. There are bigger varieties of garlics, but none of them even come close to the size of the largest onion in particular. They are found they originated from China and has been a staple source of a spice used worldwide in Africa, Europe, Asia, Central and South and North America. They are also a pretty common spice in particular. Number 26, the artichoke.
You can say that my next topic is.
My next topic is the artichoke. The artichoke is a type the artichoke is a type of fruit, I mean flower bulb originating from Algeria. The artichoke can grow at a steady pace, and its fruitless bulb has been used as a vegetable similar to spinach but different. It can be used in souffles as a part of a hearty dish, or it can be used in some Middle Eastern dishes and paired with feta cheese as a form of food. Number My next topic is horseradish. Horseradish is a type of mustard and is related to the mustard family. They are related to radishes, but radishes are not spicy, and horseradish are the spicy ones. They have been used as a substitute for wasabi, despite certain varieties of wasabi being more spicier than the horseradishes themselves. In fact, horseradishes in particular are often used in European countries, not as widespread as the other mustard varieties or the other vegetables in particular. Spices include too. My next topic is the radish. The radish is a member of the mustard family, and despite being a member of the mustard family, it is nowhere near as spicy as the horseradish, as I stated before. They originate from China and are known for their fast growth spurt, often being able to grow a full bulb in 3 years. 3 weeks, depending on the conditions of the farm where it is being cultivated. They are stable in China and have been used in other Asian countries. Even Western cultures have been commonly using it as as their dish, although not also not as prevalent as East Asian cultures. Number 29, the next topic, mustard leaves. Mustard leaves are Mustard leaves are the leaves of the mustard plant, and they can be used to be a spice. Despite the mustard seeds being the predominant ingredient in the mustard sauces themselves, they can be eaten like a vegetable, but do be warned of their high spice content. Although it's a different kind of spice compared to chili peppers in particular. This The spices are often used as a defense mechanism the to the animals who are tempted to try out the plant matter. Do keep in mind that radish leaves are also eaten as a vegetable and much more commonly in East Asian cultures compared to mustard leaves. Number 30, bell peppers. Bell peppers are a variety of the chili pepper, and they have been made to remove the spice factor that detracts many people from eating the peppers themselves. In fact, they are different. In fact, they have been quite popular in several other dishes and have been used as a vegetable too, despite actually being a fruit due to the having seeds in it. Number 31 is my next topic of meat. Meat is a type of flesh from animals that is consumed by other animals. Can I take a little break? I feel kind of tired talking.
Yeah, I can go for a little bit.
You know what? It's fine. I can keep talking for. I can take a break later.
Okay. Keep on.
Meat has been around for eons, with many animals preying on one another, even much longer before the humans have come into existence. Humans often ate bone marrow because they couldn't afford to waste the resources that they got from the carcasses themselves. And even back then, humans were more known for the intelligence than strength, which often resulted in many humans getting killed with a hand-to-hand combat towards many predators. They often got out the meat from the animals not by sheer force, but by using weapons made from bones and wood to kill the animals. Of course, they also had to deal with competition, and they were something to meet themselves. As as prehistory ended, humans would often continue to eat meat as a food source. Although they had to be careful because they also had to feed the animals who were consuming the food. Despite many claiming that meat should not be eaten at all, they ironically came from the meat eating humans of the past eons. In fact, when humans started cooking the meat, they not only got bigger brains, but their jaws got smaller naturally, as they didn't need to chew as much when eating raw meat. However, that would decrease their jaw power, making them minuscule compared to other apes that have stronger jaw power, like chimpanzees and gorillas. Number number
Next topic
32.
is okay. Go.
Number 32 as my next topic. Cheese. Historically, cheese has been imported for many years. As many humans would often eat cheese because it was an important food source and it could also be stored as a preserved food. Many humans could also have the advantages of milk without the excessive lactose that would hinder their digestion. You know, many would often make cheese in their own way, whether it be soft or hard, although harder cheeses were much easier to preserve than softer cheeses due to the risk of bacterial mold associated with moisture. Number 33 as my next topic, bread. Historically, bread has been the staple of humanity, as many would eat them to sustain themselves. It was a way of ending the hunter gathering aspect of humanity. However, back then, it was infamous for not having all the other nutrients humans needed, and it decreased the stature of the humans and made them more susceptible to dying in particular.
Tell me when you want to take a break.
Okay.
Tell me when you want to take a break.
Okay.
Are you ready to get break?
Just a little more.
Okay.
I mean, I just feel a bit sleepy.
Go. Keep on going.
Okay. The bread. Now we have other forms of bread, but we also have other sources of food that is not bread, or to ensure that we have proper nutrition. Number 34, the history of sports as my next topic. Sports often came in a variety of ways, whether it will be kicking the ball, using weapons to throw at a far distance, and as a competition of their strength. Despite this, despite the matter, many sports would often face criticism in recent times due to the high risks of concussion, in particular, a lot of it being irreversible when it comes to the brain damage.
Yeah, sports is one of the most competitive fields in the world. As far as I know, like sports is one, definitely one, and what I'm pursuing is media is very, very competitive, especially with modern day technology and the internet. So getting a position in media is not easy, and for the social media part of it, it is not. It's not for the weak. It's for the strong. That's a lot that I had to do to get a professional job as a media coordinator and media supervisor, and to create this internet radio station called Action Influence Radio Network. My big show is SME Sports Music Entertainment, but I've been holding it back because I feel like I need to take a step back, to develop my students like yourself. So that's what I want to say about it. But continue.
The said sports can be safe as long as they do not involve any needless physical contact. Football in particular is infamous for the physical tackling, which can lead to concussions. Same goes for same goes for soccer, although although it might although it might be safer if proper measures are taken. Number 35 as my next topic, games. Video games, board games, tactical games, you know it. A lot of games historically often stimulate the human mind with their creative ways of playing and rules that they had to follow. Back in the ancient times, there were a variety of board games since they were looking to find something to compete with other than physical fighting and sports.
Oh yeah, and over the past, I want to say 5 years, maybe a little bit before that, maybe a little bit after that, but at least yeah, the past 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, somewhere around there. We've seen the evolution of video games, how competitive video games are. We have professional gamers, and a lot of them stream. And not only are professional gamers, some of them are professional streamers. Like we have Twitch streamers like Cos and that. And then even on the gaming side, yeah, somebody like a Ninja, um, guys like that, Booga, um, like Nick K30, guys who streamed Fortnite, and you got professional Madden players who stream Madden, things of that nature. So gaming has been very competitive as well.
Mhm. The video games have
Netflix is somebody else I was thinking of, but continue.
there are also games that have there are also video games that have gambling as monetization tactics, specifically in the gotcha games, where you won't always get a guaranteed thing that you are paying for, whether it be in-game currency or the real-life currency that you paid for. Despite gambling being strictly for adults, many of the gotcha games are often accessible to younger children, which can make them addicted to spending money, real life money.
Oh yeah.
Number number 36 as my next topic, lacrosse. Lacrosse is a type of sports native to the Americas when the Native Americans were looking for a way to toss the ball with a new tool, lacrosse. In fact, it was invented just a few centuries prior to the contact of the Europeans, and they would often play lacrosse together to find a new way to play with a ball, a rubber ball. In fact, the modern equipment for lacrosse often involves a plastic stick with a hoop with nets and a ball to pass around. Number 37, cross country running. It's not the most famous sport in particular, but there are several schools who implement cross country running to help out, to meet other people, and engage in running in several school areas. It's similar to track but different because track strictly refers to the school you're enrolling at. Number 37. No, wait, I mean number 38 as our next topic. Soccer. Soccer, short for association football, is a type of famous sport that involves kicking the ball into the goal. Of course, if there's American, of course, soccer is called football in other countries, and football is called American football in other countries, but we'll get to that later. It was invented back in England in order to find a way to compete with other players so they can kick the ball. It was also known for having a lot of soccer in particular, although it can be quite popular. Since then, many national leagues around the world have used have used soccer as a way of competing against one another. Even even leading to the World Cup. Number 39 is my next topic. But football, or as non-Americans know it, American football. American football is when you toss the ball around in suits and try to get to the main goal. Unlike the main football that non-Americans know, football of American football often involves carrying around the football and throwing it to the other goal rather than solely kicking it. It's also important to, however, despite the popularity of American football, it has come under criticism for causing numerous irreversible concussions that damage the brain. Next topic is track. Track is a type of sports school activity that involves running laps or with against each other to participate. Track it's just it's like a track field. It's like the Olympics, except you're not competing in the World Cup. It's just a test of skill rather than other than something too high. Number 41. That's my next topic. Morality. Morality is often deemed subjective, with many disagreeing of what they should do and what they should not do. Many argue that in extreme circumstances it is necessary to commit immoral acts, while there are others who refuse to do immoral acts no matter what. Many argue that those who commit an evil deed must be punished forever, while others argue that they are simply misled and can be helped with proper guidance.
Oh yeah. Well, are you trying to take a break? Or are you good?
Uh, I'm good. I'm just curious if you had a question, Devante.
About what specifically?
Morality.
Um, I think most people try to think civilized unless they're literally doing something to make sure to survive. Most of the time, I think people are civilized uh if they really care about you know living a peaceful life. Um, I think for the most part, it's about uh, making sure yourself is good and making sure your family and the people around you, your friends, are good, or you have a significant other. You and whoever you rock with, whoever you roll with, it's about making sure you and your company is good, and that could be from a business standpoint, or that can be from a personal standpoint.
Mhm.
I guess you can continue.
Okay. Number 42 as the next topic. Fables. Fables are often used as a form of guidance and as a form of storytelling in order to creatively teach children morals that they should learn for their daily lives. A one famous example being Aesop's fables, in which the grasshopper is being lazy while the ants do all the hard work. Another fable is the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise is slow and steady, but continues the race, while the rabbit brags about being the fastest and simply waits instead of actually trying to do the race itself. Instead of actually solely concentrating on the race itself. The tortoise ended up winning because he was focused, while the rabbit was not focused, while the hare was not focused.
See,
Hmm. Number 30, number 43 as my next topic. God. God is, many people believe in God as in the Christianity religion, while many others believe there are numerous deities that shall be respected. Many claim that monotheism is important because one God could guide all the people on the religion. Although it must, although, although many argue that certain crimes can be committed in the name of God, despite despite many arguing against such a philosophy. Many do believe in gods, but not the God that Christians believe in, or the Allah that Muslims believe in. Many, it can be debated that many people believe in God, just despite the fact that it's also their responsibility. Number 44, gold. Gold has been seen as a strong, as a valuable resource among the world, as Europeans, Native Americans, Africans, East Asians, Southeast Asians, South Asians, and Australians find such material worthy as it is rare to come across it and pretty valuable too. Aside from its association with wealth, gold is used in many of the electronics we use today, such as computers, iPhone, mobile phones, desktop computers, fans, whatever you name it. Despite to this day, gold is often used in electronics because of its conductive properties. Number 45 as my next topic, silver. Silver is a type of metal that, while not as valuable as gold, still shows signs of wealth and beauty in particular. With with the Latin argentum being derived from the Proto-Indo-European herc, shiny white. Historically, it was first found in East Asia and Asia Minor, where it quickly spread to Europe and India. Many of them they is much more common than gold, and yet many people still found it, and it is believed that a silver bullet could kill a vampire and a werewolf, despite such beings not being real. Number 67 is my next topic, and it is favorite childhood games. My favorite is chess because it's more complicated than checkers, yet still retains the general appeal for many people in particular. Checkers can can be played in a variety of ways, and if you get the wrong move, you will end up having to get a checker piece taken away from you. I also like chess because it's a simple rule. The bigger pieces eat the smaller pieces, while the large pieces can just simply eat each other up, depending on which one goes first. My next topic is best vacation spots. They are quite. I remember Myrtle Beach as it is full of tropical palm trees, and there are also numerous fishes that I can see. The tropical climate also makes it easier for those who are more sensitive to the cold, and I appreciate Myrtle Beach for what it is. Of course, I also recommend Florida because it's also tropical, and and you can even see the sea turtles if you're lucky enough. Though do keep in mind that sea turtles still need to follow their migrational routes in order to survive in the wild. Florida is also home to wetlands, but unfortunately there are numerous invasive species that harm the wildlife, such as Burmese pythons. Memorable concerts or events. Honestly, I don't really know about that. Although I do remember the Black Friday sale in which I got this coat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to get the coat. Nothing really, nothing really, nothing too expensive. Although it cost me $100 and it's high quality compared to the other cheaper brands that are cheaper but more fragile. Unique hobbies or collections. I had a hobby of making wax figures when I was younger, basically with a candle. Although, although it do keep in mind that using fire while melting wax is dangerous and shall be treated with precise caution. Wax is also Wax can also be shaped into numerous things, although it can be melted and you do need to keep it at least room temperature to guarantee that it will stay durable. My favorite seasonal activity involves my favorite seasonal ho- my favorite holiday is Halloween and the 4th of July because I can celebrate the independence of America while also coming up with unique ideas for Halloween costumes. Although I have some ideas I consider controversial to mainstream audiences, specifically events that involve specifically constant of people who have killed others, well, specifically for historical context, and not meant to harm anyone affected by those situations. I also like the 4th of July because I can see the fireworks. Although, although I, although they must be used with caution, or they will start a wildfire, and we don't want the wildfire out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Number 6, the best birthday gift I've ever received. As my next topic, I remember getting my first debit card, and I got money for it. Of course, of course, it's unfortunate that, I had to uh, get destroy it due to an incident I had with a scammer. But my brother have a new debit card, and it's all fine. The craziest food I've ever tried as my next topic. I do like eating tartare, beef tartare.
Ooh. Is it spicy or is it just regular food?
It's raw beef.
Okay.
The reason why
That sounds good. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, you have to be careful and you have to kill the parasites first before you eat it raw.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
The reason why tartare is strictly beef is because beef has is a dense meat compared to pork and chicken. Pork and chicken are not as dense as beef and are more dangerous to eat as tartare than beef. I also recall eating. I also recall eating. Hmm, I also recall eating Chilean sea bass. It was it was strictly crazy because it was strictly crazy because of how rare it was, and being classified as a framing dish, despite how rare the fish species breeds. It takes a decade for the fish to fully mature and lay eggs. My favorite holiday tradition is is getting gifts for Christmas. I and eating food to prepare for the harsh winter that awaits us. Favorite funniest jokes or stories? Uh, yeah. It might be rather inappropriate to share in this podcast, so I will not share
What about the podcast?
this podcast. I it's just that a lot of the jokes that I like are very
Are you
inappropriate
talking
for.
about somebody in the comments?
No, no, no. I just no, no, no. I'm just saying that a lot of the jokes that I like are not appropriate for this podcast.
Oh, this is an internet radio station.
I know in a rain season. I mean, I just think that I mean it's just inappropriate for this radio station. It's
Okay.
There I do. Hmm. Let me think. Let me think if I appropriate one though. I
And
would
we
do.
do podcasting a little bit, but that's well, some of us do. So I get what you're saying, but continue.
I wonder why do seals look like sweet potatoes? I'm just curious. Why do seals look like sweet potatoes?
Wow.
Hmm, Because because they are chubby.
Okay. But like the regular potato,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean they're just called sweet potatoes because their bodies are
Oh, I love sweet
shaped.
potatoes.
They're shaped like potatoes.
I'm not gonna eat a lot of it, but I'm gonna eat a decent amount.
Mhm. Yeah, but yeah, potatoes don't always have a lot of. Yeah, potatoes don't have every nutrient a human needs.
Yeah.
Weirdest dream you ever had? It's not a pro. It's rather not safe for work, and it's rather not safe for work, and definitely not appropriate for this radio station.
I mean, you can leave out just the bad details if you want.
I remember seeing my cousin. I remember seeing my female cousin in a bed, being naked. Yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah.
kind of weird. Yeah, that's rather
Wow,
weird.
that's wild. Okay. Um, Next topic.
Yeah. The ethics of artificial intelligence as our next topic. Many argue that artificial intelligence can be used ethically, while many people argue against it. For example, artists in particular. The artists don't want AI to take over their jobs because it will replace the hard work they put into their art pieces.
I think for research purposes, AI is very useful.
Mhm. Yeah, at least it cites its sources.
I think as long as you use it to your own creativity, you may use it as your own creative art. AI is could be very helpful, very impactful to your
Mhm,
everyday life.
mhm,
I'll say utilize as much resources as possible. That's why we have resources in the first place.
mhm.
You continue.
The impact of social media on society. There are many users who do inappropriate stuff, often sexualizing themselves and involving strangers who often want nothing to do with the said gags. There are also many are also feeling anxious and in need of help. And there are also scammers who have easier access to meeting people online. Social media has also so a lot of the news often comes from social media, with the main problem being that they're often biased and don't show the whole story.
I mean, social media has positive and negative effects. Just depends on how you use social media. Social media has helped me a lot with my job and the field I want to pursue. And well, the field I am pursuing because I do have
Mhm,
a professional job in media. Uh, Media, I was able to create this internet radio station. I do podcasts, but I don't want to be like everybody else, so I don't do it that much.
okay.
Because everybody's doing podcasts.
Mhm,
I want to separate myself from everybody else. I broadcast, um, live stream, uh, things of that nature. So I do a mix of a lot of different things. The main things I talk about is sports, music, entertainment. And when I was coming up for something for the radio station, I wound up coming up with me and others wound up coming with up with Action Influence Radio Network. Um, I do have a podcast I'm probably gonna start. Um, I have my live. I go on other people's live streams on TikTok, so I've met uh a lot of like TikTokers there. I've collabed with, growing my following. There I live stream, so sometimes I might play video games and I'll live stream that. So I live stream on Twitch sometimes. But yeah, it really um helps me for what I want to do. I did sports did play by play and sportscaster, which was like a broadcast. So yeah, I think social media is a positive if you use it the right way. Just like this phone, like the one of the most powerful things we have is our phones. We use it the right way. Um, it can really help us with day to day life. My main thing is communication. I'm majoring in communication. One thing I'm probably gonna do is maybe take some singing classes because I can sing, but not consistently. There's a particular song I want to be able to sing to. Uh, I want it to sound as good as possible. I think sometimes it'll probably sound good, sometimes it won't. But I can dance again, and I can rap things of that nature, and I can talk about a lot of different topics. I'm able to cover so many different topics. And then granted, if I become Stephen A. Smith one day, I'll be satisfied with that. But this guy is the limit for me as far as I can succeed in any form of media, especially if I uh, if I'm able to master everything from the social media side in traditional media. I uh, I'll be something that nobody would even think of becoming. You gotta really grind. You gotta really believe, and you gotta come to compete. Nobody wins a championship every day, but um, if you compete, you can get to the point to where you got a championship. I feel like with my job title and me creating this internet radio station, I feel like that's my uh, first major championship, and we got more to come.
Definitely. Philosophical debates of free will.
Yeah, we all have free will. Especially when you get a certain age, when you 18, you can do whatever you want. Really, the only thing that stop you is well, as long as you don't do anything illegal. And finances can prevent you from doing certain things. But other than that, once you turn 18, you can do whatever you want. Nobody can stop you as long as
That
you don't do anything illegally.
mhm. Although certain parents will still control their children's finances even if the child is 18 or older.
Yeah, true.
The future of space exploration. I
Um, the future of space. I th- um, I think the more technology we get, the more we're gonna discover, the smarter we're gonna become.
yes, although
But also, the smarter we become, the more competitive things become. Because a lot of people have gotten like society has grown a lot. We got a lot intelligent. We got intelligent enough to create social media and the internet, and that's one of the reasons why today is ultra competitive.
yes.
It is to me, it is one of the five most competitive fields in the world.
And also regarding space exploration, humans might want to migrate to other countries, other planets, to stop their Earth from overpopulating, but there is a high risk of being considered the aliens from to other planets. Not to mention that the majority of exoplanets are not inhabitable.
Can you repeat some of that?
Of course, there are some humans who are willing to travel to space to avoid overpopulation of the Earth.
I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Mhm,
I don't see that happening anytime soon. I think we're going to continue to evolve though
mhm.
as species just naturally.
Number 15, the role of art in society. Art in particular is very Art has been subjective, as many dislike certain art styles while others like certain art styles. Art can also play a role in communicating ideas, not to mention guiding others with visual communication that would otherwise be tedious to do. Number 16, cultural differences and understanding. Many claim that many are critical of Islamic culture due to the human rights violations associated with many Islamic governments. While there are also those who are critical of the education systems of East Asian countries for being needlessly harsh, especially China nowadays, due to the authoritarian government. There are those who are also need to be understanding of other countries, such as Chile wanting the national forest to be protected from wildfires, and and West Africans being needing to and West Africans also needing water like everyone else. Unfortunately, this is what has been polluted by numerous countries like Shell.
Interesting.
The concept of happiness. Many think money brings happiness, although it's more complex than that. There are also those who think sexual desires can make them happy despite the happiness being often short term and very limited in niche in nature.
I think pursuing your dreams will creates happiness.
Mhm.
Pursuing your goals, which you want to accomplish in life, pursues happiness. Me, man, like I've been pursuing my goals since I was probably at least 13, or I thought about it when I was like 9. I've been pursuing it since I was like 13, and the level that I got on this past year, like it's insane. I never like I knew I could be great, but I didn't I never thought of how like how much things I could cover, how much topics I could cover. I never thought of how many, like, I can compete in any form of media. Like, it doesn't have to just be sports. Um, I feel like the sky is honestly the limit for me.
Mhm. What about reaching
And
godhood?
me, like, whether I become known in like known in the media or not is irrelevant to me. There's not a lot of people that can make it at the professional level at this age, um, especially with my specific job title. I'm probably about like 4 or 5 years ahead of the game, as even for young people with with even the younger people who get job titles like a media coordinator, media supervisor.
Mhm.
So yeah, the sky's the limit, as long as I keep on grinding.
The impact of technology on jobs.
Technology at this point can only help us. The only way it can harm us is if we allow it to harm us.
Mhm.
Um, Technology helped me a lot with this internet radio station. It helped me a lot with podcasting and um, broadcasting, live streaming, things of that nature. It's helped me a lot with media related things.
Although although there are concerns of the servers overloading later on. Although there are concerns of the internet servers overloading later on.
Um, I don't see that happening. What I will see is just like uh, a boatload of content just everywhere because it's like everybody is competing for each other. Everybody's competing to get to the top.
Mhm,
So it's like yeah, like you might be like I'm the guy here. I'm the number or like I'm the professional here, but there's a lot of people in the media that's at a professional level.
mhm.
Um, you really have to grind to it. There's still another level that I can get to.
Technology can also help. Technology can also help with things that would have been dangerous to do, such as mining.
Um, yeah, I just think if you use technology the right way, um, it won't really be an issue.
The pros and cons of globalization.
Uh, Making things global. Is that what you're saying?
Let me look it up.
Um, or if you're talking about making things global, I think the pros is you can really see what talent is out there. The cons could be if you want some privacy, man, there's no privacy at that point. Um, yeah, so that's what I would say about it.
Mhm. Yeah, although it can be a double-edged sword because once company you rely on is no longer stable, you have to you will also become unstable. By other economy, I mean an economy for another country.
What's next?
The importance of privacy in the digital age.
Oh yeah, you gotta respect somebody's privacy, not invade anybody's privacy, and be respectful of what people got going on. You have to, 'cause it can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, certain companies often like to advertise that they are privacy friendly, despite often being proven otherwise.
That's your next topic.
Tips for staying organized. I recommend avoiding being I recommend avoiding having too much stuff that you don't use. And I recommend you organize them well so that it'll be easier for you later on, along with the other people who are near you. I also recommend getting a proper sleep and then having a proper schedule to so you can concentrate on your main objectives. 22 favorite recipes or cooking tips. My favorite recipe is lasagna because it is quite tasty. My other favorite recipe is 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 pasta with lead greens because I get to eat them. When it comes to cooking, I recommend not making the pork rare or the chicken rare the kind of pink because it's dangerous and those meats are not as dense as beef. Health and fitness routines. Avoid eating excessive sugar and make sure you get the correct amount of fats. You don't need to avoid fats, just don't eat too many fats.
Yeah, definitely not.
What's your I
You
also
continue. Or you want to take a break?
I'm gonna take a little.
Football. So,
Um,
um,
I just have a quick question.
what?
Uh, should I do I delete the topics I already did
No.
or
Oh yeah, yeah. Delete them.
okay?
Um, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of football. So, uh, me predicting the college football playoff games, I have went 6-2 so far. As I think the only games I got wrong uh were two games that happened uh this weekend. I believe picked I picked I believe I picked the top two seeds to win, and they wind up not winning the football game. I had yeah, I'm going back to what I picked. I had picked. I remember if I pull it up. Yeah, I had picked Oregon to win, and I had picked oh I had picked Oregon, and I also at the time had picked. Let me see. I believe I picked Georgia to win. Um, and then neither one happened. So this week, I'm going to pick Notre. I'm going to pick Notre Dame, and I'm going to pick Ohio State.